Good defense. Lead pass.
Stop it! Position about 8 yards from goal. Thoroughly unforgettable performance. Unforgettable performance. Thoroughly unforgettable performance.
Hi, I'm John Wheeler, a proud member of the Whitby Curling Club and a RE/MAX Realtor. Wishing all the competitors at the 2018 Ontario Scotties the very best of luck. When it's time to get a handle on your house, hurry, call John. He's no hack.
At Hand and Stone, we believe it's not what you get out of a massage or facial. It's what a massage or facial gets out of you. Give us 1 hour and we'll turn your weekly grind into a weekly grin. We're taking relaxation from being a little pricey to a little price. Only at Hand and Stone.
Make every day different at Subway restaurants with the $3.99 sub of the day. Every day it's a different 6-inch sub, like sweet onion chicken teriyaki on Wednesday for just $3.99. Or make it a foot long for just $7.49. Only at Subway restaurants.
Welcome curling fans across Ontario and around the world to another exciting season of curling on Title Sports Live. Today we have live coverage of the Ontario Women's Scotties 1 vs. 2 page playoff game being held here at the Whitby Curling Club in Whitby, Ontario. My name is Mary Chilvers and I am joined here today by the 2015 Ontario Scotties champion, Julie Hastings. Good afternoon, Julie.
Good afternoon, Mary. It's great to be here and to be a part of the Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts Provincial Championships. This event features the top women's curlers in the province, and we'll be watching Team Auld versus Team Inglis as they are competing for a chance to represent Ontario at the National Scotties Tournament of Hearts event being held in Penticton, British Columbia from January 27th to February 4th.
So playing in this 1 vs. 2 game this afternoon, from the Listowel Curling Club, we have skip Kathy Auld, along with her team of third, Lori Eddy, second, Katie Cottrell, and the lead is Jenna Humphreys. They will be going up against the team from the Dixie Curling Club, skipped by Danielle Inglis. Playing third for Danielle is Jessica Corrado, second is Stephanie Corrado, and the lead is Cassandra DeGroot. Inglis does get the hammer in this first game today, based on the fact that she won the round robin this week.
And as Mary mentioned, this is the 1 vs. 2 page playoff game, and the winner of this game will advance to the final tomorrow afternoon. The loser of this game will get a second chance in the semifinal tomorrow morning. Inglis qualified for this 1 vs. 2 page playoff game through the A side, so she is actually undefeated at this point in time. And Auld came through the B side. She suffered a loss earlier this week, and that was against I'm looking back at our draw here. She lost to Team Harrison on the A side, dropping her down to the B side. And later tonight, we'll be watching the 3 versus 4 page playoff game. The winner of that game will advance to the semifinal tomorrow against the loser of this game, as mentioned. The loser of the 3-4 game will, of course, be eliminated.
So we have a lot of people showing up here for this 1 versus 2 page playoff game here this afternoon. Just having a look at the crowds behind the glass. This is when this competition gets extremely exciting and a little nerve-wracking for a lot of people, Julie.
A lot of family members here.
Yeah. A lot of family members coming in today for the top 4 teams.
And we have some players out there on the ice this afternoon who have been to a national Scotties event. So some experience out there, some players out there who are looking to get to the national event for their first time. So maybe a few nerves on from those folks.
So Julie, you have been in this situation. It wasn't that long ago, I guess 3 years ago, that you were in this exact same situation. Did you win the round robin that year, and you were placed first in the 1 versus 2 game?
Yeah, so when we won in 2015, we ended up going through the round robin with only 1 loss, and that was at the end of our week. We had a fairly good week in the round robin. We had a few games that were a little dicey that went our way, so we got a little bit lucky, but you kind of need to have a little luck on your side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we ended up in the 1-2 game, and we ended up winning that and advancing to the final. But, I mean, I remember every game was a nerve-wracking game from the start of the week to the end of the week. You have some nerves for every game out there. But it does get worse and worse as the week goes on.
Well, what's different is when you make the playoffs, all of a sudden you are the only sheet on the ice. And that is something that is, you know, not everyone is used to that. It's a little bit like curling in a fishbowl. You know that everyone is watching just your game.
Right.
There's nothing else out there to watch. You know, so
Thursday? Yesterday morning. So Friday morning at 9:30. So they've had a little bit of time off. They would have had a chance to practice, come out here, throw their rocks, choose their rocks, and have some practice time. But they've also had a nice amount of rest, I think, too, to process the position that they're in and get ready for this game.
And the game is on now. Kathy Auld is holding the broom, and she has called the first rock just in front of the rings. Kathy does like to play aggressive. A lot of the teams here this week would have put that first rock in the house. Of course, the Auld team is coming off a huge win last night against Team Flaxey, where Kathy made an absolute beautiful shot to take 4 points.
That was pretty much the difference in the game.
It was.
Go. Nice, Jenna.
Really nice first rock by Jenna.
So Cassandra de Groot is the lead for Team Inglis.
Whoa, let it work. Step in. Step. 3-4. Hard. Whoa. Step. Yep, just step. Go. Okay, nice weight. 15, come on. 10.
Didn't quite get the finish on that draw that they were hoping for. We've seen a bit more curl earlier in the week. We'll see if it might be a little bit straighter.
Whoa! Stay with it though! Whoa! No! Katie! Hard! Katie! Hard! Go! Okay, good. Nice. 10 now.
Great throw there from Jenna. Just nice controlled takeout weight.
Just half under. Good shots, Jenna. Board. Get up. Close. Clean. Stay close. Yep. 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 Hard. Gotta go. Whoa. 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 Little roll, Jess. Yep.
It's really great sweeper's ice out here. They're able to hold the rocks on the straighter spots and just at the end let it curl at the end.
Yeah, we've
Like
seen
that, or do you want to play this?
we've seen the
Yeah,
hits
get the
run
corner
very
guard, though.
straight
I like this better.
throughout the week.
Just 11.
You can't pop the rock out too much or you're not going to make the hit.
And I think the teams that were calling board weight, control weight hits really had a lot of success with their hits and their hit and rolls versus the teams that maybe had normal 9.5 second type of weight.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of hit and roll rocks that rolled out of the rings on the hit and rolls with the up weight.
Whoa. Great shot. Nice shot. 10-4, yeah. Just board. We'll need that in order to stick around here. Just board.
So calling for the hit and roll, Mary, I think she could also play the double peel off the guard.
Okay. Whoa.
They're close enough together.
No roll.
Yeah, because this one's going to roll out the rings, and it's going to give Kathy a chance to get in here.
Okay. Right here.
I like your call, Julie.
Yeah, they could have gotten the double peel and a roll for a corner.
Oh. No. Stay with it, though. It's going to curl. Whoa. Wait only. Whoa. Wait only.
So nice line on this come around. It looks like it's going to the back house though. Danielle working hard to get it out of the rings.
Wow, way too much weight on that.
Just fighting top 4, Steph.
I think it is pretty fast ice out there
half
today.
under is great, too.
That will give Danielle a chance to get in here.
So we see a lot of teams probably wanting to blink that first end, but obviously Danielle is happy to go on the offense and go for her deuce.
Easy then. Just cleaning. Clean. Yep. Room. Whoa. 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 Close. Whoa. 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 Just switch. Yep. Hard. Hard. Bring back. Bring back. Hard. Hard. Okay, that's good. Whoa. 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 Okay.
Nice draw, but you know, lands it up in the top 12, and this allows Kathy to a pretty easy run back.
Stayed out for longer. They finished once we got free the bag.
Hard! Hard! Yes! Whoa, whoa!
Great shot by Laurietti.
Good. Good. Nice throw. 9-7. Okay. Just board. Yeah. Again, we'll need that to stick around here.
Just doing a little comparison, Julie, of the two skips out here today. We have Danielle Inglis, who is still a fairly young lady, I think late 20s for Danielle, but she's got a lot on her curling resume. She actually is a Canadian champion as of this year in the mixed. And then you have Kathy Auld, who she's been at this game a while. She's got a ton of experience
Okay, that's fine.
at a provincial level, but she has yet to win.
She's made a couple of finals,
Yeah.
so very experienced in the playoffs.
I would say the Auld team has a little more experience than the Inglis team. Lori and Katie both have been to a national.
Yep, they've been in this position before.
Lots of room.
They probably
Stay
know
with it.
how they're going to react in these
Oh.
tough
Yep.
playoff
Yes, Katie.
situations.
Yes. Whoa, whoa.
Really nice come around
Yeah, I
here for
think
Lori.
a little heavy, I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
Comes out the other side, so
Yeah.
still lots of curl out there today.
We need full 4 to count it. Okay. Huh? Huh? Yeah. No.
So again, the loser of this game is not eliminated. They will go on to the semifinal.
I do think there'll be a spot out there though. Like does it?
So this is the last game where you're going to get a second chance.
Yeah.
Every game after this will be
Play the way.
an elimination game.
Okay. Don't touch it.
Hard,
Close.
Lori.
It's curling. Stay with it. Stay with it. Make sure it's full 4. Full 4. Yep. Hard. Easy, easy, easy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sit. Oh, okay.
Well, otherwise
Nice
play the
shot.
prob this way.
Yeah,
We
very
play the
nice come
run.
around.
I think we can get in there this way.
Keeps it on the tee or just above, which
There.
was very important.
I think Kathy's going to have to approach this with the other turn.
Straighter on this side, I think.
So she's going to play the freeze. I think if she comes up a little bit short, that's probably the tolerance. We'll make Danielle's shot a little bit tougher to try and get the deuce.
I think it's 15 and change on this side. Sort of. Yeah, no bounce. Just corner it.
You had to.
No, it's fighting the button.
And caught a little left
Corner it. Sweet for top 4 though is fine.
That definitely wants to kind of corner freeze on that red rock of Danielle's. Make it hard for Danielle to get 2 points.
I don't think you're 9. Really curling. Whoa, whoa!
Lot of line here, a lot of line.
Whoa, no line for the bounce. Set.
It was great weight, just didn't have the curl that they were hoping for to get the corner freeze.
If we can get an overhead of this, I'm not sure if she taps it back, can she get 2 here, Julie?
I think actually no, just
Oh,
a
yeah.
straight nose, yeah.
Nose is better than rolling.
Definitely.
Yeah, because then if they play the double, then they're sending them both out. So yeah, just a nose.
Okay, board.
Yeah.
You like that ice?
Yep. All right, board, just a nose. Yeah, straight nose.
So I think they're worried that if they have any type of roll to the right-hand side of the forefoot, that they might leave a double for Kathy. So the nose hit is what's being called.
Whoa! Whoa! Right off! Whoa! 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 It's really straight. Whoa!
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 Roll it right
Yeah.
out. Yep.
Roll it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roll it,
Yeah.
Cass.
Roll
Roll
it.
it. Whoa! 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 Okay.
So I think
It's just really straight in that path because that was just that was probably just board. I think
It's
our-
probably better that she rolled all the way over to the back 12-foot rather than leaving her rock in the forefoot for Kathy to make the double.
Yeah, they're talking about how straight it is in that spot. And I think with any kind of weight, you're going to see it run.
Mm-hmm.
Even like a heavy draw weight.
Gotta make sure you're at least 8 foot.
So Kathy will try the same shot again.
More line. 6, 7.
Whoa, whoa.
Katie's rock.
Whoa, really needs to curl. Whoa. Gotta be full 8 though, regardless.
Yeah. I don't know.
So similar line to her first one.
Whoa, whoa. Sit. Okay.
That's fine. Nice shot.
Again, her weight was
That one
perfect.
ran
It looks to me like Kathy's just getting that out turn a little wide
Maybe
of
a
the
little
room.
pop.
Yeah. She will have to watch that in this game because I don't think it's going to be too forgiving.
That side is definitely way straighter than the other side though, right?
So a little tap hit here for 2 for the Inglis team.
I got out of on you though. Yeah, I wasn't touching the center line when I let go.
So again, just a little pop outside the line and it just won't come back. So Inglis gets her 1.
Bit of a victory for the Auld team there. That was a
Other side seems to be
little mistake by the Inglis team. So as of the end of this end, it is a 1-0 score for Team Inglis, with Team Auld having the hammer going into the second.
it's fast.
So Julie, do you want to talk a little bit about how these standings all came to be at the end of this week and the 4 teams that made the playoffs?
Sure, so we'll talk about these 2 teams first. We'll look at Team Inglis. They came through the A side. They ended up playing 4 games. They beat Team Armstrong. Then they went on to beat Team Madaw, Harrison, and then Flaxey. So she had quite the schedule to get through the A side final, beating those 4 teams, and 3 of them being in the top 4 ranked in this competition. The only team in the top 4 that she didn't play was Team Tippin.
Take a look. Okay. Okay, go, yep.
And then for Team Auld, they started out the week. They beat Team Wazilki,
Great. That's good. Nice line.
won that game, and they faced Team Harrison in their second game. Team Harrison came out on the winning side, and that's what dropped this Auld team to the B-side event. And then they went on to win the next 4 games. And in sequence, they beat Team Armstrong, Team Hegestad, Team Harrison, and then Team Flaxey. So they had their work cut out for them to make it to this final. Playing Team Harrison and Team Flaxey, 2 of the top 4 teams in this field this week.
Nice.
And as you said, she had that great shot in her B-side final to make the difference in that game against Flaxey.
So I think what people will find interesting about this week is the top 4 ranked teams at this event are now all out of it.
All got eliminated.
All got eliminated.
Yeah.
Nobody made the playoffs. Madaw, Flaxey, Tippin, and Harrison. The 2 teams we're seeing out here in the 1 versus 2. Inglis was ranked 8th here this week out of 12, and Auld was ranked 6th.
So it goes to show you that the rankings can go so far, but it can be anyone's week. Anyone can walk in here, have a really good week, and it's really anybody's game. You just have to play your game, every shot, don't lose focus, and anything can happen.
Does not want to roll out here.
Whoa. Just a little roll, Katie. Good. Nice.
Just a little down, eh?
Yeah.
I think she might have got that to spill on the rings.
Oh, roll in here. Oh, board.
Yeah. She held it well.
What is interesting is that these two teams did not play each other yet this week. Normally when you enter the playoff situation, you've probably had a game against your opposition, especially in a round robin format.
Yeah, a little bit different this year with the triple knockout.
Yep. Whoa. Okay.
They did play earlier this season. They played 2 games against each other, and they each have a win.
11.
Inglis won one matchup against Auld, 7-6, and Kathy won the other matchup, 5-3, earlier this year.
So playing a hit on this top red. Again, doesn't want to roll out. Wants to keep a rock in play here so they can't peel that corner guard.
Whoa. Trying to make sure we don't put one behind the corner. Okay, fine.
Okay.
9-7. Yeah, 9.5 basically.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, I like that too.
3. 2-3 is good stuff.
Okay, that's okay.
So that's a pretty nice rock on the top 4 foot. So Danielle is going to go on the offense here and guard this rock.
Yeah.
Yep. Hard.
Might have been a little tight as she let that rock go.
Right over. Hard. Right in front. Hard.
Not a lot of weight here
Yeah,
either.
they're really struggling to get it over this hog line.
This is not going to help them.
Hard. Knee.
Great sweep to get it over the hog line.
Okay, Steph. Good sweep, guys.
They can see a little bit.
Do you like 11?
That does not look like a very big port, Mary. They're calling for it though.
So close. Good sweep.
Best to wreck on the center guard if she doesn't make this shot.
Nice.
Whoa. No. Yep. Yes. Hard. Whoa. That's fine.
Good shot. I did not get time on
Good
that.
shot.
And when
That
you
one
keep
took a
going-
little jump. It looked like it was,
Yeah, Katie's pretty positive with her in turn and
Yeah.
still curled.
yes.
Heads up.
Okay.
So Danielle will want another guard, but a little tighter to the rings.
3, 2.
Yeah, I'd like to wait on it. Yeah.
Close. Whoa.
Just clean, Casson.
Okay, well then.
This
All
is
right,
definitely
let
a
it work,
wider
and then
line
at the
from the
end,
last guard.
You're gonna have to.
You guys gotta
Yep, go now. Yep.
Hurt.
Us too. Yep.
All the way.
Hurt.
Just
Okay,
didn't come up
great weight,
for them.
Jess.
That gives Kathy a nice chance here.
Yeah,
Roll
come on.
behind either guard.
Give you less
Take it
ice.
less. I was gonna ask.
Just
but-
10.
Yeah.
Right.
Just asking for 10-second hit.
Yes. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
The other way.
Whoa.
Other way. Ah.
Okay.
Always tough to get those rolls, eh, Julie, when you need them.
You got two rocks to roll behind. Sometimes those are the tough ones. You're a little in between.
Yeah. I kind of would have liked to see maybe a little less weight thrown on it to get a little more curl to get the roll. Like a control weight.
Maybe with less weight, they might have been able to roll behind the central line guard.
Close. Clean. Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
Hard.
Hard. Hard.
Right up, go
Whoa.
hard.
Whoa. 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 Hard. 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 Oh. Okay.
Maybe a little overzealous on the sweeping call. I think it looked like he was going to curl a little bit more than that.
Kathy's calling the same weight here for Lori.
Honestly, Susan does a lot to hold the line. Yeah, and on your first one, sorry, I just needed less ice.
Oh, no, no, no. No.
A little wider line here.
No. Jenna! Hard! Jenna! Hard!
No,
Hard!
Kill yourself.
Whoa. Okay. Okay.
Just right here.
Okay.
Yeah. This should be good. Saw this in practice.
Yeah.
Again, Julie, I'd just like to see the weight come down a little bit on those shots.
Yeah, as we mentioned, anytime you up the weight, we've seen so many hit and rolling out rocks.
Just like in practice. Top four.
The house is lively.
We don't want to leave anything for her to freeze on. So it's
We've seen teams throwing hits with even just 11 board weight type hits
Yes.
that were really, really well thrown and really successful at getting their rolls.
But stay close because this spot will move.
Well, if you
So
can.
nice opportunity here for Inglis to get a rock buried around her own guard.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa.
Casson.
Who's
Casson.
running? Whoa.
At the end.
Whoa.
All at the end. Whoa.
Whoa.
Casson. Casson.
No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No. No.
Yeah, right back. Go, Lori.
Okay, that's okay, Danielle. 14-9.
Again, a little bit heavy on that draw. We've seen that a lot this week as well. Not using the sweepers. I think the players are a little fooled by how fast it is.
Oh, go down right on top of it.
So Kathy has hammer here. She's just going to want to put this top four around this guard. Does not want to be behind the tee.
Might be, yeah, that's being pressure than other spots. Because I was getting more because we want to be above the tee. Yeah. Go perfectly. About 4 feet flat.
Line's good.
Line's good. Lots of room. Whoa. Not curling. No.
Really takes some time.
Not
Yeah,
curling.
Running
Curd
like
at the
it's
end.
heavy. Not curling.
Yep.
Sit.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good shot.
Yeah. Right into it. Yeah.
Again, too heavy on that one, Julie.
Bump it on
Just not using her sweepers.
Gives Danielle an opportunity here to freeze one right on top of that rock and try to hold Kathy to a single point here.
So it needs to be T. So I'll give you guys
Yeah, and I think if Danielle gets right in here, she'll be on the tee line, and I'm thinking that Kathy will have to switch to the other turn.
Yeah.
Give her a little bit more room to get to the 4 foot, full 4.
No.
They're calling a 9, which is
No, she
definitely back house.
she really kicked out hard of the hack on this one, and it is running.
As soon as you can.
That weight actually came down a lot.
Yeah, the weight ended up being okay.
Yeah. Just the line.
So big opportunity. Kathy can now throw down the same path.
Okay.
Skips always like to be able to throw the exact same shot for their extra point. It's a little bit of a bonus, not having to guess on the weight, and she has backing now.
You didn't even touch. You didn't even touch it.
Wants to be careful though when you have that backing in your mind.
Well, and like we just saw, a little bit extra weight, it runs straight.
Yeah.
So if you think you're going to throw a little bit extra weight, you do have to broom yourself for it.
Line's okay.
Oh, line's okay. Got room. Whoa, right on. Katie, if anything, no. Katie, if anything. We're okay.
Still got to get it there.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to finish. The weight looks really nice.
Not good for a bounce.
I don't think they can hurt it right now.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
Very nice shot by Kathy Auld.
I think I was like, I should have just like.
Goes to a 2-1 lead over Team Inglis going into the third.
Wow, I threw quite a bit less on that, I thought.
Go for 2.
I threw quite a bit less on that, I thought. I had a like, I think I threw 3 or 4 feet less. But I can't just
Title Sports Live would like to invite curling fans across Canada and around the world to tune into our pay-per-view coverage of the 2018 Men's Recharge with Milk Tankard, January 30th to February 4th. Watch the best men's teams compete for the chance to represent Ontario at the Tim Hortons Brier in Regina, Saskatchewan. Get your tickets at www.titlesportslive.ca/pay-per-view. So Kathy, being up 1 point here, is going to call her first rock from Jenna into the house. This is Jenna Humphrey. Jenna played with Kathy last year, and they made the semifinal of the provincials last year, losing to Rachel Homan.
Freedom curl on.
I try.
We always ask our players to write some interesting facts about themselves. And she says she's great at backing into parking spots.
Whoa, we're really cruising.
Women are typically known not to be so good at that, you know. I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, just let her try to grab.
I did not.
Or you can get a car that parks itself.
Okay, Cass.
Okay. Nice on
Oh,
you.
yeah. Now you don't have to even think about it.
The car does it all
You do
for
nothing.
you.
Yes.
That's the option.
So good corner guard put up there by Cassandra. Jenna will want to put this one very tight to the rings.
Line will be fine. Line will be fine. Wait only. Want to be tight though. Katie, if anything. Hard, Katie, hard. Whoa. Over curling.
You
Yep,
want to
little bit.
cover
Yep,
the side
yep.
where that corner guard is.
Good.
T-line.
Perfect guard
Mm-hmm.
by Jenna.
Same weight.
So now Cassandra going around her own corner guard.
I did right at the beginning, and then I was like, why am I here?
Back in 2008, Cassandra was on the team, a junior provincial team that lost to Rachel Holman in the final of the provincials.
Lots of line, guys. Whoa, let it work.
Top 8. Top
Whoa,
top.
let it work then. Whoa. Justin, go. Hard. Yep, gotta go. Hard. Keep it moving. Bury it. Yep.
15-5.
Hard. Get it in. Get a biter.
Okay. Oh. 16 and 10.
Just 9.
Playing second for this Auld team is Katie Cottrell. This is the first year Katie has been playing on this team.
Yes! Hard! Hard! Yep! Yep! Go, 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 go!
Great shot.
Beautiful shot by Katie.
That was 10 too.
Yeah.
Katie went to the National Scotties Tournament of Hearts in 2014 with Allison Flaxey. Katie's husband is coaching this team here this week, Sean Cottrell.
Whoa.
So Steph Corrado being asked to throw the double peel, maybe even get the one off the forefoot.
Triple.
And beautiful shot.
Yep. Great shot, Steph.
Really
Fabulous,
great shot.
fabulous shot.
Stephanie can throw tons of weight.
She can.
Just a little more weight, like a 9.5 would be good. If you roll right out, that's fine. Good shot. With the no broom. 9. Whoa. Stay with it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No.
Would like to roll into the rings here.
Okay, that's fine.
It's going to roll out.
No problem.
Shows how fast an end can turn around.
Yep. It's I think now Danielle will just play the hit, keep it open. Maybe get a blank out of this end and take hammer into the fourth end. So still really important to stay focused. You want to hit and stay in the rings. You don't want to give your opponent an easy opportunity to throw a nice open draw, get their draw weight.
Draw. 10.
Whoa,
10.
No, right
10.
off. No! Yep, yep! Whoa! Off! You're good.
It looked like that was going to curl. The sweepers pulled it out though. Really nice shot.
She fed it out a bit, so didn't want to jump that puppy.
We've watched this team, the Inglis team, a few times this week, Julie, and what I really notice is Danielle and her demeanor on the ice.
Her upbeat personality.
She's smiling no matter, you know, whether she's winning or losing. She's always laughing, keeping things really light out there.
Yeah, and you can see the smiles on the rest of the players.
Yeah.
It's infectious. I think the skip can really set the tone for the whole team.
Absolutely.
9-8.
Forward. Actually, a little hand roll this way. Okay. Just forward.
Yeah.
So we've got sisters on this team. Stephanie was throwing the second stones, and this is her sister Jessica throwing the vice rocks. I always enjoy playing with my sisters, so I'm sure they get along well and have a lot of fun together. The Corrado sisters.
It's amazing how many siblings play this sport together. I noticed that at the U21s.
It's just easier on the parents.
They know who to cheer for.
Well, yeah, you don't want your siblings playing against each other. How would the parents know who to cheer for?
It's true. So throwing third for Kathy Auld is Laurie Eddy. Laurie won the Ontario Provincials Scotties back in 1997 with Alison Goring. And they actually got the silver medal at the Scotties Nationals, losing to Sandra Schmerler in the final.
Yes! Hard! Right up to hold the shooter. Really hard, right up. Good. Good. Nice
And
throw.
she is a self-proclaimed curling nerd who co-hosts a curling podcast called Two Girls in a Game.
Well, who does she co-host with, Mary?
I don't know. I've
don't
met
know.
her.
Yeah?
Really nice
It's
girl.
you.
It's you. It's out there now. Yeah. So again, we're just going to see a very open end here. Danielle will try to blank this in. Going into the fourth. So like I said, Kathy Auld herself, she's been many provincial championships. She lost 2 finals, and she lost the semi-final last year to Homan. She's a chartered accountant. Has 3 kids, Courtney, Kayla, and Harrison, and Courtney and Kayla are both into the curling. They were in the U21s a couple weeks ago.
That's got to be exciting for Kathy to watch them. Probably the hardest thing she's ever done.
Mm-hmm.
She also, Kathy got a chance to crow with Courtney. I think Courtney played with him a couple times in a couple of spiels.
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite an opportunity to play with your daughter.
Yes.
So I think Danielle lives, eats, and breathes curling. Outside of her competitive team, she does the web content and social media for Curling Canada. She's going to South Korea to work with the production team over there.
And she could very possibly be going to the National Scotties Tournament of Hearts if she gets through the next few games here.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means she is going to be one busy girl.
Yeah, right there, yep. I don't think it was that much less, was it? I had 10 cents. Yeah.
So this looks simple, but it is a big shot.
Yeah, I was going to hold it in this spot, and this spot is pretty straight.
You what? I'm still in that. Yeah.
Going for the
They're
blank
working
here.
hard to keep that out there, but it just curls too much, and she gets the nose hit.
So with that nose hit, Danielle will take her single point here, and it'll be a 2-2 tie going into the fourth end at this Scotties Tournament of Hearts. So Julie, I'm just, it's been kind of an interesting day here with the 2 Seaside games and the results of those games.
Mm-hmm.
We had Flaxey up against Duncan. And we had Hegestead up against
Harrison.
Harrison.
Yeah. So again, 2 of our top 4 teams eliminated in those C final games.
What are your thoughts on if you think the format had anything to do with the results?
It's hard to say, and I'm looking at the teams that all of the qualifiers had to play to get here, and depending on where you fell in the draw was going to, you might not necessarily have played all the top teams here, but I think there was a really good mix of who Auld, Inglis, Hegestad, and Duncan had to play. They each had to come up against 2 of the top 4 seeds in this tournament, so they had to put their best game forward against all their oppositions, and they were the ones that came out on top. So it's hard to say. I think it was a great idea to change the format this year, get 12 teams into this competition. And we saw 2 young teams here, Armstrong and Marshall, get into this competition. Then, you know, had they not changed the format, they might not have been here and gotten that experience. So
yes, yeah, I agree with that.
I do like the change.
There goes the curl.
Yeah, and you know, I think it comes down to, do you want to come in here as a favorite or as an underdog?
Right. In any competition, I don't know what the answer to that is.
Well, I think if you are coming in here as a favorite, you have to own it.
100%.
The bottom line is you have to perform. And I just don't think any one of those 4 favorites performed to their potential here this week.
No, they might have peaked earlier in the year and just didn't bring the same type of performance to this competition this weekend that they did earlier in the year to their competitions. Tippin, for example, she won 2 competitions earlier this year. Went undefeated in those 2 competitions, and we just didn't see that same type of performance here,
no,
where she would dominate.
Nice shot, Cass. Perfect. Great save, guys. If you text that on the way by, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, I think we did.
So Katie's just going to throw some soft weight tap here. This rock is fully buried.
4, 5. Yep. Yes. Hard. Gotta go. Are we a guard? Is it a guard? Yeah. Okay. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Little tap.
Would like to split these open if possible.
Okay, Jenna.
Sorry, that was Jenna. I said Katie.
What'd you get?
Just a little light on that.
Yeah, I had at least 7. Thought it should have been a 4.
That was my first thought.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah.
Or just throw up another guard here.
Just on 4, yeah.
Yeah.
And back to your question, Mary, those 4 teams at the top, they were all involved in the Road to the War and the War of the Rings. And sometimes your focus for 4 years can be on that competition.
Yeah, I agree, Julie.
And how do you refocus and come back here? So.
I think we could have bit you well.
Firm. Whoa. Close. Close. Whoa. 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 Close. Close. Yep. 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 Whoa. 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 Spin back in. Ah. Good throw, Steph.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. 9.
Loving it.
So Kathy's just calling Katie here to play the run back.
Yes! Whoa! Yes! Hard! Whoa, we're over curling. Yep. Okay. Bounce it. Okay, that's fine. Wow.
Can they run that in again? Yeah.
Right here.
Glory.
This tucked in piece behind here, Steph. So tight's good. If we're, we want to keep some separation, so we don't want to come to this.
Just tuck a piece behind there. Tight.
Okay, 16, 5, 17, 5, almost. You're going tight, right? Okay.
So pretty good setup here for Team Inglis.
Because we both like to split too.
Whoa, line. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry.
We're 2.
Okay, sorry, gotta let it work.
2, 3.
Nope, that's fine.
2. Do you want me
Close.
in?
Yep, yep, go. Yep, hard.
Oh, Cass, go,
hard.
go.
Cass, yep, hard.
Hard, all the way.
Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just corner, corner. Yep, just corner.
We're
Yep.
all there, we're all there.
Okay. Okay.
You might get lucky off that middle. Touch kick off.
I think you played this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I had a
Everything will go and that might spin back.
Yeah.
Just of how it was
Okay,
running.
heel.
That weight today. That's all.
You got her.
Really need to clean up this front here. Might even pop her own into the house.
Whoa, whoa, no. No. No.
That's pretty good weight.
No. Good. Okay. That's fine. That's great, Katie.
Get on that. You knew they were going to have something.
Just a straight guard in front of this.
Okay.
Like a 1-2.
Yeah. Good try, almost.
So still a bit congested, and Danielle's putting up another guard.
It's easier throwing this way on
Well,
this
I
turn.
did just throw it.
Yeah, you threw
Yeah.
this.
Okay, just max biting center, guys. One,
Yep,
2.
a little.
Whoa, whoa, if you
A
can,
little.
whoa! Whoa,
Clean.
got a curl.
Close. No, we're fine.
Switch.
Nope, nope, nope. Just clean it in. We're over curling almost, so just let it sit. Yep. Sit.
Whoa.
Okay. Great weight.
Nice guard. Kathy's still going to have to focus on hitting these guards, cleaning things up still.
Dug in a little bit there. I thought it had more weight.
We gotta move a lot. Okay, 8.5.
Yeah.
Thought it had more weight the way it was tracking out there, so we didn't want to kill it and fix it.
Yeah.
Wanted to keep it above because we brought in the full 12 and they ran it. They did. And this is just a carrying side.
Yes! Yes!
No, not at all.
Whoa, whoa! Yes! Hard! Hard! Whoa, whoa! Okay, good. Good.
Same thing. Yeah. Okay.
Nice shot by Laurietti just to get a few rocks out of that center line area. Danielle will replace the guard again.
A little more out. A little more out. A little more out. So let it work. Let it work. Nope. Oh. It's got to finish really hard. Hard, all the way hard. Go, 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 hard. Hard as far as it goes. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Okay. Thanks for waiting.
Yeah, I think so. Same weight.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I just didn't want to give it too much. Like, my first one, I was just a little like.
Yeah.
So I think the run back attempt being thrown here.
Hard! Yes! Hard! We're just going to beak it. Ah, there it goes. Good.
No, really nice shot.
No, great shot by Laurie.
Good. Nice, Lori.
Very sweet. Okay.
Wow.
We gave Steph here in
That
practice.
really took a different handle when it came off.
Yeah.
Because I thought there was a good chance you were discounting it almost right back.
For my ankle, I thought.
Yeah. Your first one, I had to make sure we got the peel. I couldn't play it
Really lucky.
I just didn't spin off enough. That's good.
So still leads a couple of guards out here, but they are more to the side. Danielle is going to go around them.
How's the weight? Okay, whoa. Whoa, got a curl.
Edge of four.
Close, slow. Whoa, close, yep. Whoa, yep, yep. Hard. Okay, whoa, room. Stefan. Hard, right the forefoot. Go.
Line's perfect. Go.
Great throw, Danielle.
Yeah.
15-2.
We need to call it fans out from the one side. Let's see.
Whereas
What time is
here,
it?
the rock's sitting on
Okay.
that side.
So that's in that slide path though. So I think when we get outside, it's
Not sure you can see much of that rock, Julie.
yeah.
So she is going to
Yeah.
do the wide come around here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like this call. I think this is where Kathy made her two really nice draws in the second end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whereas I think it slowed down about half a second.
Danielle's draw was so nice that there's really nothing you can do with it.
I'm wondering though if Kathy makes this, the most she's going to get is biting the forefoot, and then it's going to give the whole other side for Danielle to come in and freeze on top of her and be shot rock. Not
Sure
sure.
enough, but Danielle Danielle will have to be careful.
Careful.
Okay.
Five's great. Go.
If you need to.
Line's good.
We're holding it.
Line's
Hard. Really curling.
It's really curling.
Hard. Go.
Don't sweep it over, but zero.
Okay.
I think just a little bit lighter than what she threw in the second end to get her 2 points. It just didn't hold the line enough for her
Just there
to get the curl she wanted.
Well, yeah, even if we have a really nice one, so it forces her to do that. I don't. It is going to curl a little bit more when we're out here. Yeah, just make
Do you
sure.
like this ice, then?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You probably throw the same weight. It'll be less time in the middle.
Yeah. Even if I'm short, that's not the end of the world.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It depends on where the line is for this. Like if we're way outside, then. Yeah, I like that ice. We will have to wait for it. It should come, that little bit of a dish. Yeah.
Are they trying to bury this rock, Mary? Do you know?
I believe they are.
Yeah. Get full 4.
Okay, go little.
Easy.
Yeah, she can get a piece of the button and bury this.
Stay close, though.
I
Whoa.
think that would be ideal.
Line's good.
4.
Clean.
4, 5. Whoa, yeah,
Make
yeah,
sure-
yeah, hard.
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 Keep going hard. Hard. Make it perfect. Go. Right back. Okay.
Yeah, that's good, Danielle.
So I had a really good line on that, but just comes up a little bit short. Kathy does have a draw now to bite the forefoot for her point.
Yeah.
About the same weight, I think, eh? Just maybe a little more positive.
Coming from a different path here on this second draw for Kathy.
Yeah, sometimes when you throw down a heavier path and you have to throw on a quicker path your second one, it's hard to make that adjustment. So we'll see.
Be careful.
I think she said she could probably throw the same.
Running. Whoa. Not curling.
Not curling.
It's okay. The sweepers like the weight. Just got to bite the forefoot here.
Right to the tee, you gotta go. Hard, go.
Perfect. Nice shot by Kathy. So in this fourth end, Kathy takes a single. Score is 3-2 for Auld going into the fifth.
So that was a nice force by the Inglis team after missing their opportunity to blank.
Something, Julie, you and I talked about a little bit earlier on in this week is the fact that the Rachel Holman team is not at this competition this year.
Yeah, Rachel's always a dominant force if she's in your provincial championship. Obviously would be a favorite if she was here. So her not being here obviously opened up the field.
It certainly did. It opened up the field for these teams. And, you know, going into this week, it was, I'm going to say, 6 or 7 or even 8 teams could possibly win this thing.
I think so. I think you're right. A lot of teams with past success and a lot of experience here. You always like to come into a competition with a positive attitude, thinking that your team has a chance.
Gotta go, guys. Okay. Okay, that's okay.
Some teams come into this competition knowing that one of their goals is to get experience. And I think every team would come here with that expectation. But definitely the teams that have been here before, they're looking to advance from what their results were in previous years. So you're always wanting to look to improve on your record from previous provincials.
Okay, well then. Let it work.
The Hegestad team, for example, I think they were at the provincials last year and didn't make playoffs, and this year they've made the 3-4 game. So I'm sure they're happy with that result, but still not happy until they end the week, and I'm sure they're hoping to get through their games and come out on the winning side.
I'm almost wondering if the top teams, the top ranked teams here this week, kind of had it in the back of their mind, knowing that Rachel Holman is not here. I'm not saying that Rachel can't be beat, because she was beaten a couple of years ago by Jen Hanna.
Jen Hanna, Tracy Fleury beat her in one of the provincials.
But it is quite a task to beat Rachel Holman, especially in the last couple of years. She is so strong. And so with her not being here, knowing that that door is open, I don't know. It's because it is very surprising that the top 4 seeded teams are all out of this competition.
You know what? A couple of years ago I noticed, and I think it was the 2010 season, it might have even been the 2014, at the provincials, that the teams that were at the Road to the Roar, that were at the trials, did come out flat at the provincial level. And it could be burnout. It could be that they've done too much already in the season, that they were trying to peak earlier in the year, in December. And it's tough to have 2 parts of a season where you have to peak. So if you're going for that provincial qualifier in the second half of your season, you have to really build up for that again. And we always felt in those Olympic years that the door was wide open.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Really curling, yeah. Hard, 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 hard. Get it to tee. Go, 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 go. Hard, hard. Right back, right back. Go, 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 go. Great sweep. That's great.
9.5.
So Inglis team sitting 2 here in the 5th end. Inglis does have hammer.
9-5.
Yeah. Yes. Hard. Hard. Gotta go. Okay, that's fine, Katie. Good weight. Back 4 here.
on Cassis? Just came out.
Pardon?
Did you get a long time on Cassis?
Thank you.
No? Okay.
No, not that I can remember. Should run straighter, longer, a little more ice.
So they want this draw in the back of the house. They don't want to give Kathy an opportunity to get a hit and roll behind
Running straighter.
the guards on the center line.
Yep, 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 hard, hard, hard guys, hard, hard. Yep, go, 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 right back. Right back.
Okay, weight was great, Katie.
Same weight.
You got her.
15-2.
Hey, thanks. That's what I was asking for.
Nice hit and roll here would be good for the Auld team.
Yeah, even if they rolled into the back of the forefoot,
Touch more.
Yep, yep.
that would still be a good result.
Hard. Yes. Hard. Whoa, whoa.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Great.
Really nice shot. Great hit and roll by Katie.
Good throw, Katie.
Straight out. Pardon? Yeah, firm.
I think I can unzip a layer. I have to, that's wrong for Angela. I have to like change arms and
Yep, 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 yep.
We've seen Stephanie make one of these already this game.
Hard, hard. Roll it.
Nice shot.
And there's another one.
That works, Steph. Nice.
You got a bit of hair?
almost, yeah, just like I'm missing a little.
Okay. It'll move here.
Yeah.
Okay. 10.5.
Okay.
Wants to be careful not to jam this rock. Onto the back yellow one. He is edge to edge there. Not a lot of room.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Jenna, hard, hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And I think they're pretty close to the jam.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you know, unfortunately, Kathy called sweep on that, right out of her hand.
Okay.
And it held it out there, I believe, and just
Take a big one. Like, just fighting top four.
unfortunate.
Perfect.
No need to panic.
Should be nice out here.
Yeah.
So really good opportunity for Team Inglis to get a rock in behind this guard, sit two.
Like to the guard and
Whoa, run.
whoa, it's not
Running
going right now.
Stay close.
Whoa.
Close. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Lots of room. Play the weight.
Whoa, let's stop. Let's stop.
Close. Step in. Yep, yep, yep. Right to my broom.
Just top four, guys.
Whoa, 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 whoa. 14-7. That's okay.
Really nice shot.
Yeah, completely buried.
I think we run.
Huh?
Run it? Like it was going.
I don't think you run it, because they're sitting second
I
here,
know, but I do wonder.
and you're running a red rock.
Where are they?
Just above, like, a third of the rock is behind the tee.
Oh, okay.
So just on top of it, even if you're top 8 here, it's okay.
Where'd you get on her?
Julie, I kind of like the run.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 on this one, I guess. I think the run, even if you peel the rocks, you're going to have a double chance on your next one.
Yeah, that's
So
why I like it.
kind of like it. You're up by 1. I think it's the score that probably dictates that you probably throw the run. But I don't mind this option either, especially because it's the thrower suggesting it. Oh, actually, no.
No.
Lori did want to throw the peel.
Yeah. You can't give them a chance to sit 3 here. This is looking good, but it might pop out. That's the problem.
Yeah. It's a little bit heavy.
That's the problem.
She did promote that rock into a spot where Danielle can, where they can play a double on their next rock.
Let's just play a bump. They had about back 8, back 12 on that.
Okay.
Just bump it back to here.
Yeah.
So yeah, back 8, back 12.
Okay.
Heavy draw.
Okay.
So now the Inglis team has to be careful not to jam this rock. They've got a nice end setting up here.
Close. Clean.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, whoa. Stay close. Close.
She's got nice weight on this.
Step. Go hard. Go really hard. Really hard. Really hard. Good shot, Jeff.
Sorry.
I think we should play this, eh?
So I think they're sitting 2.
About hack.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, hackish, but yeah, could be.
Yeah, Inglis is sitting 2 here, so Kathy is going to want to stay in the rings on this one. Not set up any kind of a double.
You got her.
Yeah, they got fooled a little bit there on the line. It looked like it was going to curl, so I think that's why they were sweeping. Even from my perspective, it looked like it was going to curl.
But like, the bench will have to negotiate.
This number made the break that Katie's board.
Okay, so you want 9
The rock's a little curly, maybe.
Yeah.
You sit here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, board. We'll roll into the inside. Yeah. A little more. Edge on edge isn't terrible, but yeah. And you guys can hold it with your sweeping, so.
Clean.
Clean.
Okay, whoa.
Clean. Close.
Whoa.
Close.
Yeah, whoa.
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 Whoa. Up.
Whoa.
Step.
Whoa.
Step. Go hard.
Yeah,
Cast,
hard. Anything
roll
counts.
it.
Let's go. Hard.
Go.
Okay.
That worked.
Play the double. Still this one on
Yeah.
3
You
bucks.
got edge on edge. Little hot.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's easier than trying to roll at this point.
How much air?
Because you're only going to hit
Just a
here,
little hot.
right?
Just a little hot.
Okay.
Do that really well. Hold on.
So you want to see that again?
Yeah, I would love to see it.
Then
Not
I'm
an
jamming.
interpretation
But
of that?
I'm just, no, but then I'm jamming though, and like if she can just pick it for two. She can't. No, it's good because now they have to.
They have to
I'm
pick it.
jamming it. If I know
Yeah, and then I'll have a
I'm
draw.
jamming it on the yellow, Lori.
Beautiful.
So I think we play this. Try and play the double. If we get a two, it's not the end of the world. Make the double. Yeah. Same weight.
I agree with Kathy on this. Giving her 2 is not the end of the world.
I think we play the double.
You do not want to give her
'Cause
3.
I don't think. There's another
Yeah, I like
good
that double
shot.
call.
Got
Yeah.
I think it's worth it. You've got 3 other rocks in the house. You'll be sitting 3. Danielle will be forced to draw for her point. I don't think there's a hit and roll in, just with the way this spot is curling.
No, there's no hit and roll,
No.
and it's just so risky to jam that rock.
Whoa, whoa. Close. Close. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Close.
Whoa. Close.
No, she just
Whoa.
has a piece, I think.
Okay. That's fine. Good try.
Okay. Right there.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Good try, yeah. This time is enough.
So nice end for the Inglis team.
So things are waiting
Draw for
on the
two.
last draw, eh?
Going into the break.
20. Great. We're in Cass's path. Yeah. Yeah.
Full 8. At least full 8, guys.
Easy then. Whoa, right off, right off. Okay, well then. Not curling yet. Whoa.
Okay, it's curling now.
Easy.
You're good. You're good. Just clean. Yeah, go a little. Yep. Yep. Make it good now. Make it good. Nice throw, Danielle. 15.
Okay.
Are you panicking?
Nice draw from Danielle. And with that, Inglis scores 2 points here in the fifth end to make this score a 4-3 game, with Auld having the hammer going into the sixth. We are now going to go into our 5-minute break, and we will return with the second half of this game shortly.
Good defense. Lead pass.
Position about 8 yards from goal. Thoroughly unforgettable performance. Thoroughly unforgettable performance. Thoroughly unforgettable performance.
Hi, I'm John Wheeler, a proud member of the Whitby Curling Club and a RE/MAX Realtor. Wishing all the competitors at the 2018 Ontario Scotties the very best of luck. When it's time to get a handle on your house, hurry, call John. He's no hack.
At Hand and Stone, we believe it's not what you get out of a massage or facial. It's what a massage or facial gets out of you. Give us 1 hour and we'll turn your weekly grind into a weekly grin. We're taking relaxation from being a little pricey to a little price. Only at Hand and Stone.
Make every day different at Subway restaurants with the $3.99 sub of the day. Every day it's a different 6-inch sub, like sweet onion chicken teriyaki on Wednesday for just $3.99. Or make it a foot long for just $7.49. Only at Subway restaurants.
Such a cool idea. Kind of reminds me of the
Welcome back, everyone, to this 1 versus 2 page playoff game of the 2018 Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts being held here at the Whitby Curling Club.
Yeah, completely.
If you're just joining us right now, we have a score of 4-5 with the Inglis team leading the Auld team. Team Auld does have the hammer here going into the 6th end. We've had quite a good game here up to this point.
4, 5, line's good.
Team Inglis up 1 without the hammer here.
Yep. Yeah, weight's really good actually.
We'll call this one into the house.
15. Yep. Go. Piece of 4.
Been a very well played game up to this point. Lots of great shot making.
Whoa. Careful, it's running. Off, whoa, right off. Good. That's a little tighter than we wanted. Yeah. Good.
Nice corner guard there from Jenna. We saw all week, Julie, a lot of corner guards slipping into the rings.
Yeah, these teams really have to adjust to that quick path inside out. Even Kathy was saying that that rock is a little bit too deep, even though it's not in the rings.
Yep, a little. Yep. Okay. 2. Okay. 2. That's okay. Whoa. 2 and a half. Yep. 2.5.
Winner of this game is
Right here.
going to advance to the final championship tomorrow afternoon.
Nice shot, Cass.
Nice weight.
Very big game here. Very important to win this game. Get to bypass the semifinal.
Whoa, line's wider.
What happened to the
Katie
diet?
then. Hard, Katie. Hard.
What?
Yep, go hard. Your boy, keep it going. Yeah, hard. Gotta get it in there. Go. Hard. Go. Okay, Jenna.
She really took me a
So a fairly open rock. I think she can probably get a hit and roll now.
We'll end up rolling right over there.
Even if she got the guard, that would be okay.
Just forward.
Like 2 more feet would have been great. But it was close. She's just taking your exact same.
Control. Close. Clean. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Off. Close. Yep. Whoa. Stay with it. Yep.
Yeah, roll it.
Whoa.
That's good. Clean up that middle.
Nice shot.
9.5.
Good shot.
So hitting and rolling for a corner. Doesn't necessarily need to get the run back on the shot rock in the top 4.
No, really needs to curl.
Does want to stick this around for the corner though.
Okay.
Shot. We feel?
You know, those shots are rarely made, Julie.
The hit and roll to the corner.
To the corner.
I agree.
And she called a 9.5, which is a lot of weight to have
Yeah.
to only roll a couple of feet.
Pardon?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. That's great.
It's just such a
I don't
precise
want to
shot.
leave it around though.
Yeah, if you're
So,
going to throw the
just
hit
a
and roll,
straight
maybe bring the
heel.
weight a little bit down.
Yep.
I agree.
Just firm.
If you're going to throw the run back, obviously you want to throw the 9.5 normal weight.
Yep.
So that gives Danielle a chance here to remove this corner guard.
It's so close. She could roll her shooter onto the rings to sit 3, but I don't think she needs to. She's already sitting 2.
Clean, yep. Well, clean. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, you're good.
Yeah, I didn't want to risk leaving anywhere but the first spot.
Hey, hey.
Careless.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's backing up on the line. Okay.
Katie tends to throw her hits just a little in-out
Yes.
motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes in tight of the broom and pops them.
Yes.
She's
So-
consistent with it, though, so
She
Kathy
is.
should.
Yeah, Kathy has to watch the sweep calls on her rocks.
Right. So even though Danielle doesn't have last rock, she is going to split the rings. I'd like to force Auld to take a point in this end.
No, that's true.
I think Auld at this point would be happy with the blank.
No, I think that's true, guys.
Well, this one's going to go back.
14-4.
It's going to give Kathy some opportunities here. Actually, that came down a lot.
Just stayed in the slide path.
Yeah, we're into the 6th end, and that's probably when we've seen some of these rocks going through the slide path.
The whole time.
The slide path slow down a little bit.
Running about 50.
Lead
So
it.
I think if
You got the full rock.
because she was right on that, but I think I'm going to give her less
that's
ice,
fine.
which is
Good. Good weight.
just a hair of a rollout. Nose
Okay.
is fine here too, Jess. Just forward.
Yeah. That weight okay? Okay. Didn't do much.
Close. Clean.
That rock
Yep.
feels weird. Stay close.
Whoa. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Right on. Right to it. Right to it. Hard. 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 Hard.
Good speed. Nice shot.
Same
I
way.
think there might have been something underneath there. But it felt a little wonky. When
So with the nose, the angle is now good again for Kathy to play the hit and roll across the rings towards Danielle's other red rock.
I think if I started going anywhere over there, it would be
Yeah.
wild. Wild.
Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go for a piece. Hard for a piece.
You got it.
Hard. Hard for a piece, guys. Go. All right.
I think the sweeper saved that shot.
I think if we start more like that, we'll be in good shape. So just even with that one.
Okay.
It just
So this
straight.
just slides better. So more of what
Okay.
this much. Yeah. It is still a little bit straighter, though, so it will slide. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So
So
Danielle
that
gets
just
another
have
chance
more.
to split the rings, sit 2.
It's gonna curl more than mine.
Easy, easy.
Gotta be
straight,
T.
guys.
T.
Okay. Curling.
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 Gotta be T, guys. Hard. All the way
Take a
hard.
look. Take a look.
Yep. Keep going, hard, 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 hard.
Yep, go, 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 go. Yep, you got it. You got it, yep, yep, go, go, go. Great sweep. Great sweep.
Those sweepers dragged that rock about 4 feet farther than I thought that rock was going. Really nice job.
Kathy going for the long roll here, Julie?
I'm not sure.
She's hitting second shot.
I'm not sure that the long roll is really going to get you much. You won't be shot.
Probably about the same. This way curls more.
Okay.
We just need a little more ice on that. So actually more like center. Yep.
So Danielle is going to split the rings here again and force Kathy into
Yep, you got it.
either making a hit and stick or drawing for her single.
Okay. Just even.
This is when, if you know your opposition and you have a lot of experience against them, you kind of make the decision, do we put this in a spot where we want her to hit? Or do we want her to be drawing against 2? If you want her to hit, then you put this in the 4-foot. If you want her to draw, then you want it probably in the 8-foot or the 12-foot.
Okay, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good.
Even.
I think you'll see Kathy hit no matter what here.
Right to it. Yep.
Oh, she's going to draw.
I think the rock placement is so good from the Inglis team that a nose hit on either one of those rocks might not necessarily get you shot rock.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what's dictating the draw call. So a little pressure here. I'm sure she's had this shot before, but in a 1-2 playoff game, a little bit more importance put on this shot.
Careful.
Jenna, you're in.
Running right now. Careful.
Needs to curl a little. It's okay now. You're fine for line.
Feel him going.
This needs to slow down.
Hard, hard, hard. All the way. Hard. Keep going. Hard, hard, hard. Okay. Sorry, guys.
So a big steal of 2 for Team Inglis, making the score 6-3.
Good end, guys. Oh, here's our comfort level for this week. Send it off this game. Yeah, you guys are throwing great.
Title Sports Live would like to invite curling fans across Canada and around the world to tune into our pay-per-view coverage of the 2018 Men's Recharge with Milk Tanker, January 30th to February 4th. Watch the best men's teams compete for the chance to represent Ontario at the Tim Hortons Brier in Regina, Saskatchewan. Get your tickets at www.titlesportslive.ca/pay-per-view. Well, Julie, that was an unfortunate miss for Kathy.
Yeah, it's an innocent kind of situation where you get, you have to make your draw against 2. Danielle just put her 2 rocks in the exact perfect position where Kathy couldn't sit 1. Forced to the draw, and she's had her draw away pretty much all game.
Here's why I liked the hit. Even if you don't get shot rock, at least you're only giving up 1.
Right.
You know, I was a little nervous about that draw, especially in a game like this, 6th end.
Right.
Sometimes the adrenaline is pumping.
Yeah, when the importance of the game is on your shoulders, it can affect the way you're going to throw that rock. I'm sure Kathy had full confidence that she was going to make that shot, though. She really didn't even look at the hit.
Yeah, and that's what skips have to do to make those crucial draws against multiple points. Kathy's down 3 here now in the 7th end, so she's going to put up some corner guards. See what she can get going in this end.
So we've seen Danielle go top 4 and then guard. Now that she's up 3 points, she's going top 4 and then putting in the second rock right on top of it, going right into the rings. Good sweeping from Jessica and Stephanie. Walking that guard almost to the center line. They do leave a little bit of their rock exposed on the top 4 foot. And again, Danielle did want that rock in the rings.
Yeah, so that is a mistake.
Yeah. It gives this, they leave a guard for Team Auld.
Even if she ticks off the front here, is not terrible.
And we noted earlier in our broadcast that Kathy did take a big forehand in another game earlier this week, so she certainly knows how to generate some points.
Go. Yep, clean. Nice shot, Steph.
Nice shot, Steph.
Ooh. Nice line. Drop the anchor.
So nice peel, but Kathy still does have a couple of guards to use. Is she calling the hit? Is she calling the hit, Mary?
Well, with that ice, I'm
Looks
assuming, unless she's calling a split here.
Yes! It's up a little. Yep! Whoa. In the front. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think.
You know what? I am really surprised at the fact that she called a full weight hit.
Well, right. I was thinking maybe a tap back behind the tee line and roll to under the corners might have been.
You've got so many more options with softer weight if you would, you know, even ticked the yellow guard. At least you're keeping your rocks in play.
Right. Like you said, she could have been calling the split.
Yes.
On that shot.
12,
yeah.
Top or tight.
It's about a 15. Probably.
So now I think Danielle, even though she's up by 3, she's got a rock and almost biting the button. A little bit of a guard, so I guess she's going offense and throwing another guard.
Yeah, you're right. Now this could be questionable as well.
I would say with second stone, she could peel her own guard.
Yes.
And it would be wide open. No.
Clean it.
No
risk at all
Yeah.
for the English team for this end.
Yep.
You could just peel it out.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just
We're here.
two.
We're here. Right here.
Go, Cass, go.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Feeling the
whoa.
guard.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Just a little cast. Yep, 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 yep. That's good.
Cass, my name is Jess. I know.
King makes a double in this.
Cass decides to
Just
give up.
open up room.
Thanks for being cast.
No problem.
9.5.
Okay, you got it. Nine five.
Whoa, whoa. No. No. Yep. Yes.
Again, a full weight hit here, Mary.
Again, yes, she's going to pick the guard here.
Not picked, Katie.
Okay.
Sorry, Dana.
So
Yeah, like
what did you even
we are
do?
in the 7th end, so there's not a whole lot of time to accumulate some points here
Yeah.
for the Auld team. So again, I was thinking
and
more of
tight.
a
yeah.
tap
Would
some
you
rocks
rather be
around
on
in
top
there.
or higher?
Keep that guard in play.
Oh, tough one.
Obviously, they weren't wanting to remove the
That's what
guard,
I'm
but that is
thinking,
the
yeah.
risk.
Nice and tight is great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so probably like 25.
So throwing a guard, but they do want this tight. Which if you're going to throw a guard in this situation, I agree with.
I did give it. I did
Yeah.
give it. Whoa.
Clean.
Wait.
Just clean it.
Whoa.
Stay close. Cast.
Cass
Yes.
in. Cass in. Just biting center,
Okay.
guys. Just
clean.
biting center.
Yep. A little cast. Yep.
Whoa.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Nope.
Nice big call.
Good
Nice
judge,
shot,
guys.
Jess. It's good.
Get a couple of those moving. Good job.
Play
good
it
job.
that way so you kill two.
Okay.
Heel.
Where?
Whoa.
Not curling yet.
No. Just set it out there.
One.
Okay.
Gotta keep putting this pressure on them. I think a little higher would be nicer, but.
So they were really hoping to get some action off of the rocks in the top 4, the top 8 foot.
Yeah.
Give your hair more ice.
Gives Danielle another opportunity to throw a guard.
Didn't do anything.
That's not as much
Clean.
of a pop.
Clean.
Not as much push.
Well,
It's
the
about the same
Auld
spot,
team
yeah.
is
Nope.
in a little bit of trouble
Okay,
here
Yeah, same spot.
with the
same
way
spot.
Inglis's
clean.
rocks are situated
Stay
right
close,
now.
Jess.
Kathy may
Step
have
in.
a hard
Yep.
shot just to
All
score.
the way.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's why the Inglis team has stayed on the offense. Their rocks have been
Judge.
in a
Great
really
shot.
good position. Normally you want to keep as few rocks in play as possible when you're up by 3, but when you've got 2 rocks, one top 4, one top 8.
Love it. Kind of a weird situation to do it.
I know.
Lori's going to have to move a couple of these around here. Try to get rid of
Maybe
at
put your
least
broom
2
ahead.
out of
I
these
can't
3
see it
rocks.
But yeah, at least they have
Can you
to.
put your broom in front? I can't see your broom at all. Thank you. Like, where is it? I really quick there, but.
No, it's quicker on the good stuff there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and just stay up there.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
She's really close to making contact.
Great.
Really great shot.
Nice shot, Lori.
Great shot by Laurietti. Triple takeout.
Now I get. Let's throw.
Wow, did they need that?
Yeah, Laurie's come up with a few really good shots this game so far, and
Nice shot.
really clutch moments.
Nice shot, Lori.
All right.
Let's have another look at it here. Just hits this first one right where she needed to.
You wanted
Big
to
hit
score,
weight.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
And all 3 of them go. that is a game-saving shot, Julie.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I thought I liked that they were throwing the in-turn on that one too. I thought a better chance to make that run back with that turn.
Okay, you're good. Redemption. Let's see. This is not out. I think it looks out. You good to take it? Nice shot, by the way.
Nice. That's good.
So Kathy Auld will now be looking for just to blank this end. We are getting late in this game, so she's going to have to score a few in the 8th end.
Okay, line's fine. Careful. Back here.
They could really pull it out. That's the other thing.
Right to the back.
Yeah.
Right to the back. Far as you go. Hard, guys. Hard. You gotta get it in. Hard. Hard.
15. Going around?
Okay.
Yeah. We gotta make sure we're in there.
Got a little fooled there with the weight.
Huh? Who's right about there?
Okay.
We had played
Danielle's
this
coming around this rock.
against Armstrong 3/4.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I think
And it had, yeah. 'cause
I
it
think
had-
a little
Danielle
more,
can
yeah.
make
it
a
had
good
good
one
finish.
here.
Even to
Then
the
all of a
back,
sudden,
it's
Auld
like
is going to
that.
get forced
Yeah.
into a point.
Well, you just have to make sure to
Not
get by
that
this
juicy.
yellow rock. It's so close to the
have to
rings.
have
You
a
can't
rock
touch it
in the
at all. You also have to be
it's not-
in the rings, because if you're not, you will leave a
Definitely need a rock
split
in the house,
opportunity
but we want to bury it
for Kathy to still get
played
2.
this spot before. Oh no, I know. Hey, should be nice.
line's more important, guys. Whoa.
Switch.
Whoa.
Easy, easy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Got a curl.
Whoa.
Got a
easy.
curl.
It's running.
No.
Okay,
No.
go then.
Okay, yep, go hard.
Hard, make
all the way
sure.
hard. Hard. Keep going hard. Hard as far as it goes.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard, get it on. Hard. Go, 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 go. Hard.
I should be able to roll out this way, even if I
think it's
backhand,
just-
it's fine.
And I
know
think
that
that's because
side
we
better.
stayed the entire time in the slide path. It was not having any of the curl. No.
It's really slow there.
So that looks like there's enough room for Kathy to throw the peel on this in-turn side, which is the more natural side, to get the peel.
Comes up a little bit here.
Behind the guard. Yeah, I think it was true better than there and carry.
Clean.
Would have
Whoa. Clean.
Whoa!
Clean it. Whoa.
Whoa, right off. Yep.
No.
Yep,
No.
yes.
We're fine.
Woo, woo, woo. That didn't budge. Huh?
Nice peel. I think they were a little nervous on that one.
Yeah. I think
So with that
yeah, I
blank,
think
the
if I
score
had
will
a
remain
better
6-3 for Team Inglis. Auld will have the hammer going into this 8th end of this Ontario Championship. Was a very tight game here up until the 6th end, Julie, and an unfortunate fortunate for Inglis to steal 2 points in the 6th end. Kind of blew this game open a bit.
Yeah, but still, 3 ends to go. Kathy has hammer in the 8th, and even if you only get a 1 guard up here, you can still get a good opportunity for 2. She might go for her 3, might throw up 2 corner guards. Go for the 3. Cassandra's been really good all game, putting this rock right in the top 4 foot in front of the tee. Maybe that one went a little bit too far.
We talk about the importance of the lead rocks. They definitely dictate the game.
As I said earlier, it was I played lead a couple times this year, and I found it way more stressful than throwing skip rocks. There is so much pressure getting your rocks into the right position.
Cannot put this in the house.
Yeah, I think the last 10, Cassandra was a bit light through that guard on her second rock, so Danielle just reminding her that it's really important to be in the rings on this shot. Nice shot there from Cassandra, and Kathy will be throwing the second corner guard. Steph Corrado has been deadly on her hits today.
She
her
has.
peels.
Great hitter.
She's made a couple of triples. There might even be a double peel opportunity on this turn. Oh.
She's close. She's close.
Ah, they sweeped it too much.
Yeah, just miscalled there. Need to hit a little bit more of that rock. But nice peel all the same.
Well, primarily cast. Oh, it's not bad. People stay till late. Oh, no line.
Looks heavy to me.
Really running. Are we through? Yeah.
Needs to stick around here somewhere.
14.
Even back is okay.
As long as it's in the rings.
Hard.
There it goes.
Go. No, you're not through. Okay, good. You don't, are you yeah.
Did that finish at all, Mary? You're behind that part of the sheet. I can't see.
Yeah, it did. You can see about half of it. I'm going to say a third to half.
So Danielle's still going up and peeling off the guard.
Katie still has one more, eh, Lori?
Last. Yep, yep, yep. Hard, 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 hard. Just your weight.
My way.
Okay. That works.
Well, she's going for the peel, but she made the double instead, but does leave a guard out there for Kathy to use.
It is Danielle's rock now, though, so a little bit more challenging. I think she definitely wants this back of the rings now.
Anyways,
Yep, Lloyd. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Slowing down.
Lori, yep. Yep, yes. Okay, Lori, finish it. Yep.
That's okay.
Yep. Go, go,
At
go,
least
go,
you made
go.
a secondary shot.
Nice.
Right?
Got a little more curl on that one.
Yeah, great shot by Katie.
Yep, yep, yep. Hard. Hard.
All the way hard.
Hard.
Right up, hard.
Hard, right up. Hard. Pass. Yep.
All the way up. Go, go, go. Hard. Keep going. Hard. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Almost got the rollout, but it is guarding a little bit of the 12-foot.
I don't feel like this at all.
Yeah, the first one.
We got to start moving these.
Sorry, I didn't pop that.
Yeah, it was kind of like with
Yeah.
the weight and it was.
I like
Yeah,
nose.
I like nose. Okay, 10.
Yeah.
Thicker. We actually passed the board by a wide margin. I just thought it was going to curl. That's all.
I like hitting this on the nose, but I don't like the weight again. I like more of a hack weight shot on this. Hack to board.
Gotta go. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. Right off.
Oh, curl, you little.
Okay, that's fine. Good. Good. That's fine.
Does leave a double.
Yeah. Thin double. Firm. Pardon? Firm.
Yep.
I was
Even if you just take that one, that's great too, Jess.
Okay. So you want a little less than my last one, right?
Sorry?
A little less weight than my last throw?
Yeah, just a hair.
Yeah. Okay, just firm.
It's good, and then it just like it really stopped.
Whoa.
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 Whoa, whoa.
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 Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get over.
Needs to curl up just a little bit.
Oh, that
I think
is a
right
big
here,
miss.
A big
gonna be
miss.
3 in a row.
That is not good. I think we just should hit cast.
I agree. Same thing.
So hitting, it looks like, do they want to nose this?
I think that's what she's calling.
It will leave, I think it'll leave at least a double for the Inglis team.
Yeah, it's not an ideal situation
Yeah.
where those rocks are for Auld.
Whoa, whoa. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Right off. Whoa.
It's nice that our other two yellow rocks are spread apart.
Yep, yep. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Even a hair.
So a double here.
That one curled left, and I thought you threw it softer out of your hand.
Yeah.
So that's why I got them on it. Huh? You're in love with them or not? Okay. I don't know. Want to take mine off?
She's taking negative ice, Mary. Expecting, I think, that the team can pull this back to nose. I think she can hit it a little bit on the low side and still get the double.
Yep, yep. Hard. Yes. Hard. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Clean.
Whoa, whoa,
Yep,
whoa.
yep,
Whoa,
yep,
whoa.
yep, yep. Roll it.
All the way, all the way.
Hard.
Okay.
Great double by Danielle.
I
I think we gotta roll it this way.
Sorry about my last one.
Ooh, that had some curl.
Yeah.
I don't think the line's great to play with.
Definitely.
You want some more of that?
Because the other option is if I hit it a bit high, I can pop this way too.
like that.
I like this.
Yeah, okay.
You got lots of
10?
holes to roll to.
So 10, we got to make sure we hold the shooter though,
Yeah,
so don't
what's
get
it
too
do
cute.
here?
It won't curl as much as on the outlet.
Danielle threw a big weight at this shot. And did get a really good roll here. Kathy will want to hit this and roll the other way to get some separation so that Danielle cannot make yet another double.
Huh? Where did she hit the open one? Yeah. Okay. We just got to make sure we get some separation. Yeah, 10. Whoa, whoa, not curling at all. Play it, yeah.
Yep,
Yes.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now it curls.
11. Hard, anything, I don't know.
Any of it, okay.
Okay. I think this one first, no?
Yeah, I guess so.
Only one here.
So nice shot, gets a little roll, but I think Danielle is still going to be looking for the double.
You just want to do this.
Yeah, no, I like this.
Weird.
I like this.
What was it, like
Okay,
10
so
minutes?
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
By the
flat
4.
there. Yeah.
Okay. You got this.
Pretty flat.
Looks pretty flat, Mary. She's going to have to throw a lot of weight at this, I think.
Yeah.
The outside one is just slightly higher, so that's why they're hitting it first. I think Danielle originally thought she could hit the shot rock on the button and come underneath the other yellow one and still get it out. But I think this is the easier angle.
Yep! Yep! Hard! Hard! Holy girls, hard! You got it! Hard! Hard, 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 hard for the wall.
That's fine.
Hard for the wall.
Okay.
Okay, just 2 Rs.
Okay. Yeah.
So that will leave Kathy a draw here in the 8th end for 2 points.
I think 14 and a half, eh?
Beauty of this one, Julie, is she has a little bit of backing here.
Yeah, she can come to her own rock this time.
Line's good. You can come
You don't
right
have any
to
backing
it,
yet.
but we're not on
Whoa.
it yet.
Whoa!
Not curling. There it goes. Now
Yeah,
you're
you're
on
right
it.
on
You're
the
on
nose
it.
now.
Can't
Whoa,
hurt it
then.
now.
Don't
You
squeeze
can't
it.
hurt it. Just clean it in. Good. Nice shot.
Nice
Looks
shot.
nice, yeah. Great shot by Kathy to get her 2.
Yeah, I was flying tight and I didn't
So
want
with
to,
that draw, Auld scores 2 points here in the 8th end to make this score 6-5 for Team Inglis. Going into the 9th end, and Team Inglis does have the hammer.
So this is crunch time.
This is crunch time. This is where your knees start knocking. Even though this is not a final, it's
Right.
a 1-2, and you're still alive even if you lose this. But as I said earlier, this is a huge game to win, to get to the final.
It also gives, I think, the winning team here will have hammer advantage in the first end of the final.
Three. Okay.
Two,
Okay,
three.
not curling yet.
2.5.
Suck it out there a little bit. Lori, if anything. Whoa, not in though.
You don't want to get this in. It is running a bit here.
We're not in. Lori. Hard. Hard. Okay, that's fine.
Nice weight by Jenna. Jenna has had a great game here today.
I think we'll be in great
really
fresh
pushed it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Practically like the beginning of the game.
That's fine.
Yep, a little. Okay. Line only. Okay. Whoa.
So
7.
take 2 or blank are the 2 options that Danielle is looking for in this end.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Where are we?
7.
Okay,
8.
bring it right back here. Back. Yep. Yep. Back. Hard. Hard. Far back as it goes. Go, 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 go. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, that's fine.
And Kathy's obviously looking to steal this end or to force Danielle to 1.
Looking for a little bit of a better guard here from Jenna. Wants this more on the center line.
Better. I need separation though. Whoa, 2-1.
So.
Whoa.
Can't.
Needs to die.
Yeah,
Sit. Sit, honey. Sit. Okay. Good.
Good shot.
Bring it behind again.
You have left.
Puppy.
No, no. That's the one. Yep. No worries. Good Boston on that one. Yeah.
So Danielle's going to come around this again, but you notice that she's coming around the wide side instead of the center line side, Julie. I think that's to keep that center line side open.
Yeah, I think Danielle's next call, no matter what Kathy does, is to take off one of those guards, maybe even both.
Okay, go hard then. Hard. 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 Read up, read up, read up, read up, read up, read up. Yeah.
Cassandra's coming up a little light on that. So great opportunity here for Kathy Auld's team to get a draw in here behind those guards.
Whoa.
Katie got a little out on this. A little
Yeah,
heavy.
Okay, Steph, let's go. Okay, Kate.
Okay.
Straight slides here.
Okay.
Even if you
So Katie won't be happy with that throw. They were looking for
Yellow one.
yeah.
a rock in the forefoot that they would be able to guard once these peels are made.
Yeah, even short of the rings.
Right, another guard would have been okay. So here's Steph Corrado. Let's see if she can make another triple. I think she's made 2 already this game.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was Cassandra's rock that came up short.
Mm-hmm.
Made
Yeah.
that peel
Yeah.
a little bit more difficult.
So another chance here for Katie.
Yeah.
Again, needs to use her sweepers here. Leaving this short is not a bad shot at all.
Okay.
Okay. Whoa, whoa. No. No. Right off. Heavy. No. No. The only timing slightly lower than her first one. Sit.
You got this.
Sit.
Nice slope. Okay. Good shot.
Okay. That's fine.
We just try to get a good one in here.
Huh?
Just a
13-4.
good chunk of the forefoot here.
13-4.
You guys like that?
I'm just thinking, is it too early?
Are you thinking a double peel?
Even just a single, too?
That's okay.
What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm just thinking, like, I understand what you're saying here, but is it too early to go in?
Just gonna cut down on our scoring zone.
I just don't want to get into too messy of anything, as long as we score, right?
Yeah. I mean, this would be great.
Yeah. We know how it runs here. You've thrown multiple peels here.
Yeah.
Do you like that? Or do you want to go around?
No, I'm totally fine with this. This is cross home line too. So, like, this would be perfect. Steph, how do you feel about this? These two?
She doesn't care.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice and true and straight here.
You guys like this? Okay.
I think anytime you ask Steph how she likes the peel, I think she's going to say
Yeah.
yes. She likes it.
Yeah, I agree. I think when you have someone like Steph on your team who can throw the big weight peel so accurately, I think this is the right call. I was quite surprised that Danielle was even thinking of going around.
Yeah, this is the right call, I think.
Nice shot.
Great shot. Here.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we still got one up with some of that.
Yeah, that's why maybe
But at the same time,
So now it looks a little bit better for Team Inglis. Kathy's rock being in the back of the 8-foot, I don't think Danielle should be too worried about that at this point.
So Kathy will continue to put some guards up here on the center line.
Sorry.
Okay. Lots of room right now. Switch. Switch. Hard. Gotta go. Hard. Go, go, go. As far as it'll go. You got it. Go.
Right to a
Hard.
two. Right to a two. Right to a
Go,
two.
go, go. Okay, that's fine.
Nice brush.
So nice guard. This will keep Inglis peeling.
I'd like that a little tighter next time. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just clean.
No, 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 no. Get it. Okay.
A little bit of a miss there. I know it moved it off the center line, but I'm not sure they're going to like where that ended up. Blocking the out-turn draw.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle, did I really out that?
Yeah, just a little.
Can you just tighten me up there?
So Kathy's calling another guard here. Would like to put this in a spot where they can't double peel it.
Okay. Katie's rock. Katie's rock.
Keep it moving. It was fine. Keep it moving.
You gotta go. Get it over.
Yeah.
Okay, over and off, over and off.
Good breath.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay.
Just get this one.
Okay.
All right.
So just the straight peel on this.
So I think we go 3 with the first one, eh? Good. Like, it's gonna leave her.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, clean.
Get
Yeah,
the thing.
clean.
No.
Great shot, Jess. Yep,
No,
yep,
but
yep.
I mean, we do that
Good.
to draw.
Nice one.
I don't mind that. I think we take cards with it. Yeah.
I like it.
Comes that same race as okay.
Okay, guys, let's be a good
And to throw?
Can you just tighten me up on that turn apparently? Because it was keeps throwing it and it keeps falling like 5 feet more than it is now. I know, but I was like,
Yep.
on the line.
Nice and tight.
So, like, not much. I can tighten you up.
So Auld is throwing a tight guard. I think Danielle will have a decision to make on her first rock, whether she's going to take off the guard and give Kathy an opportunity to put a second rock in the house, or if she'll come around at that time on her first rock. I think it all depends on where this rock ends up, how close this is to the rings.
Line's great. Can we clean it? Clean it. Gotta clean it at least, guys. hard for the double?
I like going for the double. It will
Okay.
get us the roll in the...
It's just off nose on this side.
Yeah, I like that. Which like control.
Control.
So just a little too deep, I think.
Okay, okay.
If Danielle can make this double, she'll sit in the rings for 2.
Yeah, because...
Are you thinking this turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so right here, right?
There are some jam possibilities here, though. There's a little bit of risk.
There is a jam possibility
Yeah.
for sure.
This
So
one
Danielle has to be careful here.
Okay.
She's wanting to play the double by hitting the first rock on center line side, Julie.
Yeah, and have it go across the face of the back
Yeah.
yellow one, completely missing the back red one. I think if she noses this rock, it'll jam on the back red one.
Right off.
Whoa, right off.
Stay close. Stay
No,
close.
nothing, nothing.
Okay.
And that's fine. Just
Yeah.
getting rid of that one is fine.
Yep.
I think we got to play the same thing, Lori.
Okay, sorry.
So these guys should think about this. They should even take a timeout here. It's the 9th end.
Well, what are our
more
options?
wide, I think, than
If
solid.
it's right in front, does she get a double?
Ow. That's fine though.
Call the timeout then. Time.
Did they hear you? Or do you just know this team a little bit and you know their
Well,
tendencies?
I coached them last year at the provincials.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Not coach, fifth
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a really good timeout here. This is a huge shot. This is very important.
We can't hit this because we're gonna roll out around here. So, and if I just play the guard short of the rings and we don't guard it perfect, she's got an easy shot for 2. Yeah.
To be like coming around?
We could. Do we know the ice to get around there? We haven't been bearing anything. I just think she's setting everything.
I kind of like the first call.
I like the first call because I think she's just setting
So if we
everything.
sit right in
I'd like her
front-
drawing against 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably she will.
She might. Yeah, but then I think we have a good chance of stealing one.
Yeah. The same
We got to
spot's
be out
pretty
counting
nice.
this one.
I
That's the
agree.
only thing. Yeah.
Well, you could do the same kick. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it if it's what your gut reaction is.
Okay, well, let's see what Karen says.
so
Karen, what do you think?
I think right in front. Because
Sorry?
then how do you make
This
it
is Karen
go up?
Roselle joining
I don't
the
think
team.
we need to go that deep, though, because it makes it pretty much, I think, the same spot. Like, we just want to sit 2. I don't think we need to go that deep. It makes the double easier. Like, if she makes the double, she makes the double, but we got to put some pressure on it.
You don't want her to hit.
we want to be second.
No. We want to be second shot, because if I don't cover it perfect.
No, I meant like you don't want to come to it because then or like deeper than fighting 4. Because
No,
then she
I
can
like
hit
it almost exactly where
Same
we
spot.
just put it. Yeah. Okay. So same ice.
So it sounds like they decided on the same shot that she just threw.
Better or no?
I think she has a better chance of stealing the point with the same shot, Mary. But I think there's more risk with it because I think Danielle just tried the double. If Danielle makes an adjustment and makes the double and takes 2, that's a huge...
Well, it's the game.
Yeah.
I personally like the intern come around. Put one buried on the 4-foot behind that guard. It depends on what you want, what you want out of this. But
Right.
I would want Danielle throwing against 2. And
Absolutely.
if she takes her point, that's
I agree, and I think
a
I agree with
victory.
you. I think the point, the shot here is to come around the corner. You don't give her an opportunity to take 2 in this end.
no. Like you don't want to give her 2 points here, or the game is
Yeah,
over.
I agree.
And by putting it here, you're setting up that scenario.
Yeah. You're hoping for your opponent to miss, and she just threw this shot. So
Okay. Play it. You're good. Yeah, that's fine.
I think so.
I think Danielle will probably make an adjustment here and be really close.
Same kind of weight club.
I do think that 8 rocks faster. That's quite
Just off nose on this side.
Yeah. I threw less and I went further.
Okay, same weight. That was firm. Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. Close. Close. Whoa. 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 Curl. Curl. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Her line's getting better on this. It's really close.
She gets it.
And she gets it.
Great shot. Great shot by Danielle Inglis. I don't know what to say about that, Julie, as far as where they put that rock.
And you know, I don't even think Kathy had to be buried around the corner, just half buried top 4 foot, and that still would have put pressure on Danielle to make a draw.
As long as Kathy's first and second shot with no chance of a double, she's forcing.
Right. If you give Danielle the opportunity to get 2, which she just did, and go up 3, that's huge. I think if Danielle had only been able to take 1, I think you're still have a good chance to take your deuce in the 10th and go into the 11th tied.
Absolutely. Let's have another look at that.
And giving your opponent the same shot twice in a row.
Yeah, she just hits this where she needs to and doubles them out.
Yeah.
Really nice shot by Danielle Inglis. So with that, that puts us at a score of 8-5. We're Team Inglis going into the 10th end of this Ontario Championship.
It's like patrol. Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
I wasn't sure what the call there was, Mary. I thought they were throwing a draw into the house for a minute, just the way, because there are 2 sweepers with it. Normally when you throw through the house, only 1 sweeper goes with it, so I was a little nervous. I'm glad they were throwing that through.
Yeah, Danielle's
team anyway.
They don't want any rocks in play now.
No.
Okay, 2.
Right here. Line's good.
I say we try.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just
Not
like
too
take
deep.
it like how I've been throwing my peel,
Nice shot.
essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I guess maybe
Nice
we
shot,
should
Jenna.
leave it there because then it'll make a double feel easier.
It's up to you. Go through.
Yeah, let's just send it through.
Well.
So I think they contemplated playing a tick shot, moving that rock over to the side where Auld wouldn't be able to use it, but they're just throwing this through.
Other side.
Have you seen the Homan team? I think I've seen them a couple of times. When that team throws the corner guard, they will actually play the tick shot to get it into the center line to make the double peel easier on the next one. Have you seen that?
I have not.
No. Oh, yeah.
Those girls are always coming up with something new, aren't they?
Something new. How do you defend against the corner? So they've come up with it. You take it over to the center line so that when the other team throws another corner, they're at least closer together to make a double peel.
Same. Should be good. Right here. Right to my broom so they're even.
And you've seen it. I've seen it in the mixed doubles as well, defending against the
the
power play.
Yeah.
Yep. Go, 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 go. Okay.
They're even.
Well. Okay, let's go start.
You like this one?
Take your time.
Okay. You got it. Single.
Raise the stick. Almost. This. Yep. You got.
So these are really big shots. One miss here, and you're opening the door for Kathy to score a multiple end and get the tie. Take this game into the extra, so take a few extra seconds, take a deep breath, and just go through your routine and throw your shot.
Hard! Really hard, really hard. Get out. Good stuff.
So gets the peel, actually doubles off the corners, but leaves a corner.
Whoa, right off. Just here.
You too. That's
Whoa,
okay, now it's
whoa,
ours.
whoa. That's good. That's good. You're even. That's good. You're even. That's good.
Nice shot.
Good.
Okay, same
They're
thing.
exactly even.
Okay. Nice shot. Me too. Apparently. Okay, same thing, Steph. Right at the stick. You got this.
Just a reminder for our viewers that we are back on here tonight at 7 o'clock. We will be showing the 3-4 game. Hagestead up against Duncan.
So there's the miss that Kathy was looking for.
Yeah.
So she has 2 corner guards up here now. She's going to start drawing around them.
Yeah, back 8. Lori! Hard! Whoa, whoa! Getting better. Clean it. Clean it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're going to be buried. Whoa.
Yeah, but
whoa.
we gotta be back so we can get 7 more behind it.
I think we gotta go around the other one now. Good.
Nice shot. Doesn't matter.
So if you play out the sequence of shots here, they just went around this guard. They're sitting in the 4-foot. Danielle will come up, peel this rock, and then Kathy will then move over to the other side of the house, put a draw around that corner guard. Danielle will likely hit the open one.
Yep. Yep.
Kathy will go around the corner again and make it her 3-point setup.
Hard, Steph. Hard. Go, 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 go. Okay. Nice shot, Jess.
Over here.
Yeah.
And it's a nice high guard. She'll be able to get 2 rocks around this guard, potentially get them both buried. She wants this first one to be deep enough so that the second one will have room to get around this corner guard.
Lines out there. Needs to curl. Switch. Really needs to curl. Okay, get it here. Hard. Go. Hard. Getting better. Go, 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 go. Hard. Go. Okay. Get. Keep pressing.
Yeah. Make it go away.
Okay.
Yep.
Stay close.
Good brushing.
Side seems to curl slightly more than the other.
Try to give you a couple more feet on that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No. Whoa, right off.
Whoa.
Right off, right off.
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
So another big miss here.
Well, that brings 3 in play here for the Auld team.
I think they just called a timeout.
Okay.
We'll hear what they're going to do on their next shot.
Let's have a listen in here.
Okay. I mean, if we come around that, we set up the double. But if she doesn't make it,
Come around that one.
that's what I'm thinking. The other option is to go way out into the wing on this side and just keep everything separate.
I kind of like around this. That's my first thought.
What if you go really deep with it? Like
That's what I mean.
well?
Yeah, like. We could even.
So one of the thoughts is to go around the one that Lori put there, right? But we do set up the possible double. The other one is to go out into the, keep these even over here, right?
Kathy, there's always this option too.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Because you're going to group them. You got to get enough separation. I think you got to go right around it if you're going to go over there. Yeah, I mean, even back here isn't bad, right?
It's a pretty hard double if you put it there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, even there.
They're just playing that one instead.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Can't
Okay.
do them all
Like that. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh. Okay.
Do you know what the final call here was, Mary?
Yeah, I think they're going to come around, come deep into the house here.
Around the rock that Lori just threw?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that call, I think. Get some good separation. Even go into the back 12. As long as you're in the rings, I think you have to sit 3.
I think that's what they called, to go right back to the 12. Yeah, you want to sit 3 and just try not to set up any kind of a double, because you do need to score 3 points here.
Okay, you gotta go then. Hard! Hard! Right up! Hard! Okay, well.
Tight guard.
Okay. Yeah.
We know this side kind of grows. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Well,
We just want to make sure that we stay there. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Danielle happens to hit this and rolls out,
I know,
that guard is not terrible.
I know, that's what I'm thinking, that the guard is actually okay.
Yeah.
Just thinking what I'm thinking, like control.
I think Danielle needs to hit and stay, though, right in this spot.
Yes, she doesn't want to.
She has to make Kathy come over here and play in the open side at some point in time.
Let's see what she says here.
Yeah.
Down here. Oh, and it had that nice finish when I threw it like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Control?
Yeah. I want to be real. I feel like we should keep with our board that we've been throwing and liking.
Pardon?
I almost feel like we should keep with our board that we've been throwing and liking.
Yeah, I like that.
We haven't thrown.
Because you can at least
We can manipulate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our
I like
best
that.
game yet for time, I think. Okay, cool now.
Okay. Forward. Forward. Yeah, we've been doing this the whole time. No, yeah. Perfect. No. Just kidding.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Off! Whoa! Off! Clean! Yeah! Hard! Yeah! Hard! Only hard! Hard! Right up, girls! Hard for nose! Hard! No roll! No roll! Okay.
The hit and roll? I think the hit and roll is good, or the draw.
You guys
So nice
like
shot.
this or just the draw?
The draw is always
Yeah.
mine too.
Okay.
Always easier to get
So with Danielle's hit, the best that the Auld team can do is a tie. But so I think they're going to play the come around the guard, Mary?
They are, yeah.
So I got 16-1 on Lori, so it's not that. Okay. It's the same weight, eh? Little less, right on the center line.
Bury it in there for me, girls.
Here inside. You put it out there a bit.
Lots of room right now.
Whoa. Not curling yet. Whoa, right off. Needs to curl. Katie, you're gonna have to finish it. Yes!
Yep.
Hard! Go! Hard! Go, 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 go!
All you can, all you can.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Is the board weight here?
What are you thinking, like here? Or is that too much?
No, I think that's
So I think it's
Right
wide
there?
open for Danielle.
Just didn't curl,
Just
eh?
board. They can hold it, right?
yeah. Like it'll probably be more of a solid board.
What?
Yeah.
That's fine. We're talking about weight.
Yeah, board like a solid board.
Solid board? Okay.
Well, we were trying to go over further though, right? I gotta get
board.
it around the guard.
Board, solid board, yeah. Is that just board there, guys? Okay, thank you.
So a board weight hit here for Danielle Inglis to win this game and go straight to the final of this Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
The weight though.
Clean pass.
Whoa,
Tap,
easy,
tap.
you're fine.
Whoa,
You're fine, just clean.
okay, good shot.
Fine.
Got it.
Okay.
Good game, guys.
Great shot by Danielle to finish that game.
Good game.
That does conclude our feature game today with Danielle Inglis beating Kathy Auld, and now she will go straight to the final tomorrow afternoon. Please tune in at 7 o'clock tonight when we will be showing the 3 versus 4 game with the Team Haggested from the Oakville Curling Club will go up against Team Duncan from the Royal Canadian Curling Club.
We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our viewers for watching our coverage of the 2018 Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts Curling Championships, brought to you by Curl On. On behalf of Mary, myself, and the entire TSL crew, we wish you a good morning from the Whitby Curling Club. This has been a presentation of Title Sports Live.
Good defense. Lead pass.
Position about 8 yards from goal. Thoroughly unforgettable performance. Thoroughly unforgettable performance. Thoroughly unforgettable performance.
Hi, I'm John Wheeler, a proud member of the Whitby Curling Club and a RE/MAX Realtor. Wishing all the competitors at the 2018 Ontario Scotties the very best of luck. When it's time to get a handle on your house, hurry, call John. He's no hack.
At Hand and Stone, we believe it's not what you get out of a massage or facial. It's what a massage or facial gets out of you. Give us 1 hour and we'll turn your weekly grind into a weekly grin. We're taking relaxation from being a little pricey to a little price. only at Hand and Stone.
Make every day different at Subway restaurants with the $3.99 sub of the day. Every day it's a different 6-inch sub, like sweet onion chicken teriyaki on Wednesday for just $3.99. Or make it a foot long for just $7.49. Only at Subway restaurants.